What's up? Here, let me get my hat on so you know who I am. Oh boy. Another happy day in paradise. And stuff. And stuff. What's up, Dave and Mike Cassell and Jimmy and Mr. Buttram? And what mystery item will be staring at when Jimmy shows up today? Come on, Jimmy, give us a new mystery item, man. We have juice and coffee, but right now I kind of want to lean more toward the coffee. Cheers. Man, it's not a mystery item. It's just a fan again. In darkness. The dark fan. You can barely see it.
You asked what was up. I said ceiling fan.
Good one. Funny. Funny, haha. Haha, funny. Ha, ha, ha.
Well, good luck, Michael.
Ooh, amputate. Not good. Avoid amputation by all possible amounts. Because you can't, it don't grow back. If I'm under extruding or over extruding or I don't know.
What you printing? More ear sabers?
Hang on a second. I got my TV down. I can't hear a damn thing coming from you. What was that?
What are you printing? More ear sabers?
Yeah, I got the I got to go to my father's old nursing home. I don't know. Did you watch Chris's stream last night? The after stream?
Part of it. I watched the stream.
Yeah.
And the after stream, I caught, I don't know, maybe part of it.
Anyway, last night during his original stream that died, I went out, flew my quadcopter, blah, blah, blah. I came back in. The phone was ringing. It was the old nursing home my father was in 3 months ago. Now, it's been almost 3 months. Maybe even a little longer because, let's see. Anyway, he was in the nursing home, hospital. Then he passed away, what, a month and a half, almost 2 months ago now. End of March, beginning of April, something like that. Anyway, I can't even remember. It's all been confusing. But they're like, oh, we just found a whole bunch of his stuff. I was like, really? Cool. Little late, but, with the whole world issues, I can sort of see what's going on. And the guy who called was like, oh, by the way, I remember you did a bunch of 3D printing. Are you doing the ear savers and the face masks and all that? I'm like, yeah, I've got some. He's like, can we have some? I'm like, sure. All right, we'll print you up some.
Looks like you had another lovely rainy day.
Yeah, it's actually not all that bad out. It's wicked warm. It's almost 60 degrees out already. There is no wind. And everything is like, the only really good thing about this time of year and a little bit of sprinkly rain, I don't know what it is, but like the green in the trees are more green. That makes sense.
Yes.
Like the green gets more vivid when it's kind of, there's clouds out, but it's a really thin layer of clouds. So it's still sort of bright. It's not really sunny, but it's bright. But the trees are just like glowing right now. It's almost like I took a hit of acid and was staring at a freaking black light.
The colors.
The colors, man! Look at the colors! They're bleeding from the leaves. No. But yeah, I love that kind of. There was nothing better than an example of that. Actually, two of them. I used to mountain hike. Go up into the White Mountains and the Green Mountains and once or twice in the Adirondacks and do the, hiking, mountain climbing, not mountain climbing and ropes and hanging onto the cliff, just hiking up trails up the mountains. And we used to do it religiously 2, 3, 4 times a year with my friends. And one time we were in this. It was weird. We were going up. I'm trying to remember. I think we were at Twin Peaks in Vermont. I mean, in New Hampshire. Anyway, we're cruising up the mountain, and it started snowing at the base, and we're almost deterred. We're like, nah, we're watching the weather. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. We'll be already up there. We'll be at the hut. We'll be safe, even if we get a small blizzard. Well, we're pretty well prepared for it. We can handle a week of being snowed in. And we start hiking up, and the sun comes out, and we're going through this like birch grove, and the sun was hitting the little bit of snowy, dewy. It was too warm, so it, like the snow turned to a dew. Oh my God! It just like the whole place just like burst in light. It was the freaking coolest thing I've ever seen in real life.
Sparkles everywhere.
Yeah, it was just weird. It was like, of course, that was back in the days when I was a big pothead and we were all stoned out of our minds. So that might have had something to do with the visual effect.
And your knees were working.
But it was cool. That and another mountain climbing hike. We were up on Guyot Mountain, and we got stuck in a storm up there for like 3 days. Again, we're always, I mean, we go up there with like 70, 80-pound packs, knowing, the possibility of, we over prepare, and we carry a heavy pack because we'll plan the week or the 2 weeks we go hiking, and we go up in base camp. We'd find a place, usually within a day or two from our cars. We try and keep it in a day. And then from that base camp, we do day hikes out to a mountain or a site or a lake or whatever. So we were always a little overpacked and basically safe because, we bring way too much clothing and way too much food. And, we always leave with leftover crap. Anyway, we were on Guyot Mountain. It's this rainy, sleety, nasty, like 3 days, 4 days in a row. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, we're all sleeping. And a friend of mine was up reading his book with his flashlight. And he goes, dude, it stopped raining. Let's go up on the mountain. I'm like, it's still all wet and kind of crappy, and I'm sleepy. And, we've been cooped up in this hut for so long. I was like, you know what, let's do it. So we wake up our other friend. He's like, okay, just to get the hell out of the hut. Because the I don't know if you ever, well, you've probably never been there, but Guyot Mountain has a shelter that's only like a quarter of a mile from the actual peak. So it's all cloudy, but it's warm. It's really warm. So we're hiking up of it, and we broke through the clouds, and it's a full moon. And we got to the freaking summit, and all you see is this bed of silver cloud with all the mountain peaks sticking up out of it. It was the coolest thing, and it's a full moon, and we're above the cloud base. Oh my God, was that a weird, freaky, kind of surreal, that was like movie effect weirdness, because the clouds are all moving through the mountains, and they move around the mountain peaks, and you're watching the movement in the clouds, and there's literally like the dozen tallest peaks of the White Mountains sticking up out of the clouds. And that's all you could see was the base of clouds and these, half a dozen mountains or dozen mountains sticking up out of the clouds. God, I wish back then we had like cell phones with cameras, and because that would have been a snapshot for our life.
How far from Mount Washington was that?
Guyot's just south of Mount Washington. Probably 5-10 miles south of Mount Washington. Maybe more, maybe less.
It's pretty up there.
The summit of Guyot is considered the most remote spot in New Hampshire because it's from the center of that mountain. I think it's like 80 or 90 miles in any one direction to get to any kind of civilization, a road, anything. It's a 2.5, 3 day hike to Guyot. There's just no easy way to get there.
Helicopter.
Well, there's that. Actually, no, because there's a lot of that area that's no-fly zone. There's a lot of no-fly zone in the White Mountains.
I've been to the top of Mount Washington.
Yeah, I've been on top of Mount Washington a bunch of times.
Rode the train up.
It's kind of depressing when you go up there because you spend all that time and you go up there and there's like a million freaking tourists up there. That's why I always like going to the other mountains because, you know, the whole point of me going up on a mountain is the whole isolation, you know, nature, blah, 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 hanging out. I mean, you do all that work to hike up because I used to hike up Mount Washington. And you get up there and it's like tourists everywhere and cars. And it's like, why did I just spend the last 2.5 days struggling with a backpack on for that? I could have just got in my car and driven. The Cog is cool, though. I did take the Cog Railroad up it. That's just cool. I don't know if you ever.
Neat ride.
Yeah. Did you take the Cog or did you drive up?
Took the Cog.
Yeah. That's just a cool thing. It's basically a gear-driven train. It's bizarre. It's a cool mechanical thing. The Cog is.
No, that's the highest point in New England.
Yeah.
6,288 feet.
Worst weather in the United States too, other than Alaska.
I think it still holds the record for the highest recorded wind speed.
Yeah, I think so too. It's weird because it's actually not that tall when you compare, you know, the Rocky Mountains or even hell, the Adirondacks have mountains that are taller, I believe.
No, but it's got that ocean out there, and the winds get powered. The warm ocean and the cold Canadian air.
Yeah, well, it's a basically a clusterfuck of weather. But yeah. I don't know if people understand the weather pattern. We have 3 weather patterns here in New England. One that comes out of Canada, one that comes from the Midwest, and one that comes up the coast from Florida. And Mount Washington is the conglomerate of all 3. And whichever one has the, you know, highest air pressure or whatever it is that controls it wins that day.
The crap you're getting today started out down here.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, this is Florida weather coming at us. It's not Midwest weather because it's warm and humid. It's wicked humid out. 75% humidity out. Yep, that's Florida weather.
Yep.
What's up, local host? It's not early, it's late. I've been up for 3.5, 4 hours.
Morning, Dave.
It's like
Good
morning,
man.
this morning he was up at, I don't know, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning where he is. I'm like, that's like, he's like, oh, it's miserable. I should have responded. Actually, I love getting up in the morning. It's difficult until you get used to it, but God, you get up in the morning, nobody else is up. If you're, you know, in a house with other people, they're all still sleeping. You can do whatever you want. It's quiet. Like, I'll go outside, I'll make my coffee, and I get the paper for my mother, and I'll go outside and just wander around the yard because it's quiet and the birds are chirping and, you know, the sun is just coming up and it's
what
just.
Do you read? Hartford Courant?
No, she gets the day. The oldest newspaper still in existence. In oldest U.S. newspaper still in existence.
Yeah, I used to deliver them. Good
People
morning,
don't realize that the New London Day was the first U.S.-based newspaper ever.
Oh, I thought it was the Courant.
Nope. The Day. The Courant didn't come around till like 1900s, 1800s, 1900s.
Huh.
Yeah, the New London, they brag about it now because they just had their like 250th birthday or something. Because the New London Day was before there was a U.S. We were still a colony. Or something along those lines. I don't know the exact details, but yeah, the New London Day is the oldest newspaper in the United States. And it's pretty much done. I'm waiting for them to shut down. If it weren't for that, they probably would be shut down. They're actually government funded now. They're state backed. They're not making any money. I got it today. It's literally like 4 pages. That's it.
Jeez.
but nobody reads them. Nobody. The biggest thing, I remember the day when you'd get it and like you get the newspaper and there'd be like 3 like leaflets of stuff, and the center one was always the biggest one, and that was like your classified ads and that kind of crap. You know, that was the biggest thing that saved the New London Day was the classified ads. Now nobody does that. Everybody uses Monster or whatever they're,
the internet wiped them out.
Crap.
Says here the Hartford Courant started on October 29th, 1764.
There you go. When did the New London Day start?
I don't know. I got to look at.
I didn't think the Courant was that soon. I thought it was later than that.
Before the Revolution.
New London Day, formerly known as the New London Day, formerly known as the New London Day. Newspaper won a bunch of awards, blah, blah.
Well, the Courant's older.
No, the New London Day.
Day was founded July 1881.
Why are they advertising the New London Day was the first newspaper ever?
I don't know. That didn't start till July 1881.
Yeah, that ain't right. Because everyone keeps saying the New London. Maybe it is the Courant. Maybe the Courant was the first newspaper, and I got it backwards. Wouldn't be the first time I got something miscombobulated in my brain.
Well, it's early yet. You haven't had enough coffee.
Yeah, actually, I've had too much coffee, which is probably why. No,
I used to deliver the Courant for like 4 years.
Fake advertising. Fake news, literally. That's funny. Fake news. Shit.
And I used to deliver the Hartford Times in the afternoons. I had 4 paper routes.
Oh, I gotta find out. America's first continuously published newspaper is the Boston Newsletter.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, well, whichever one in Connecticut went down during the Revolution or something because they burned it down. So it was not published for like 6 months. Something, again, I don't know the exact reason, stats. It was something about the British burning down the newspaper or shutting it down or killing everybody or something along those lines. So it's not considered the continuous or something. 1690.
Yeah, I used to do about 120 papers a day.
Yeah, we still get it. Matter of fact, the lady that delivers it every day, I don't know how she does it every day. I don't think she's ever missed a day. We literally give her like $100 tip every year because she comes up our driveway. She found out years ago when my mother first got sick, even before my father got sick. They were sick in our long driveway. And I mean, I went to school with her. I've known her forever. I was best friends with her husband back in high school. And she found out about it. And she made us move the newspaper up to the house. She comes up the driveway. She doesn't make us walk down to the street.
Yeah, back when I was doing it, you used to have to put them inside the screen door.
Yeah. Can't do that no more. Dogs attack.
Tell me about it. I got bit 4 times doing paper routes.
Yeah, it's funny because I'll never forget Tom Sweeney, my friend in high school. I still talk to him on occasion, not as much as I probably should. But anyways, it'd been about a year she'd been coming up the driveway. And he sends me this freaking message. You asshole, it's all your fault. With a bunch of smiley faces. So I know he's being sarcastic. So I messaged him back, what? He goes, my wife's making me buy a Subaru because she can't get up your driveway in the snow without one. So he had to buy her a brand new Subaru. In other words, she just wanted a Subaru, and that was her excuse.
It works.
Yeah.
I was doing the papers one afternoon. The cops had to come and shoot a dog.
Yeah. She comes up this driveway no matter what. She comes up the driveway and delivers that paper.
It was a Doberman, and it had puppies, and they were all in the garage, and the garage door was open about 2 feet.
Yeah, well, the dog's just, protecting its puppies at that point. I mean, I get it. Anyway, so we're printing away, and it's actually holding now. I'm having problems with it holding this morning. Silk filaments don't like to hold to the TH3D bed as well as other ones.
You got to put a little less Z on it. You got to squish it a little more.
I think I already have it over squished. There's something wrong with the whole math of the extruder and everything, because E3D gives you a calculation for the extrusion number with the gear drive and all that, and I think I'd have to look it again, but it's something like 420 or 418 or something along those lines. I don't remember the exact number, but I remember I had to kick it down under 400. I think it's 396 or something, and I still think it's over extruding because I have my extrusion, percentage in the slicer set at 92. It used to be 98. Now it's at 92, and it still seems to bubble up on the edges of the nozzle, every line on the first layer. And I have it set for 2.0 height, and I actually, when I first do my beds, and every once in a while, about once a month, I check it and do like a zigzaggy pattern and check my first layer extrusion, and it's right on 0.2.
Huh. So what's the game plan for today? What are you doing this afternoon?
I don't know. Probably cleaning.
Hey, Sergio, you still there? You working today?
He works every day.
Not all the time.
He's just a workaholic.
Crap, and they can't do outside stuff.
He's a workaholic. There's no wind out there at all, which is, of course, because it's rainy and crappy out. Couldn't do that on a nice sunny day. No, it's got to be windy and breezy, so I can't rake leaves and crap. Which really doesn't stop me from vacuuming them up. I love that freaking vacuum thing. I think it's so freaking cool. It just chews up everything.
Well, that storm center must still be a ways south of you because your weather's coming from the west, just a little bit south of west.
Yeah, we have major storm warnings for late tonight. I believe right around midnight. They're saying we're supposed to get thunderstorms and wind and rain and power outages. Of course, now all the trees have leaves on them, so any heavy duty wind's gonna blow it around and knock more branches down.
Hey, good morning, Ricky. How you doing today?
And the frickin' tree service guy still isn't here. If we lose frickin' power because one of them trees comes down that I want cut, I'm not gonna be a happy camper. About 2 months ago, I had the tree service guy come and said, okay, here's $1,000. Not that I gave him the 1,000, but I have $1,000. Can you cut these 3 or 4 trees down, break them up, blah, 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 do a few other little things. He's like, yeah, it's a half a day for me. I'll come, when I have a half a day. Still not here. Called him the other day. He's like, yeah, with the storms and everything, I've been busy. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. But I kind of wanted them down before they leafed up. Well, that's too late for that. And 1 or 2 of them, we're going to get a storm, and they're going to come. They're leaning out over the power lines, and they're leaning as a whole tree, and they're going to rip right out of the ground one of these days because they're big now, and they're not well secured.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice weekend, Ricky.
I want them gone.
Hope the weather's good.
Okay, I don't need that stupid thing running no more. What is up, Tanner? Heading to the cabin? Oh, no. You can't travel. Going from isolation to deep, dark isolation. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, most of the states are opening up again, except California, New York, Connecticut, Jersey.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what kind of an influx we get this weekend. This weekend and next weekend are normally what we call the cleaning weekends for the summer cottages. This is when all the owners or they hire people to come and stay the weekend and start cleaning out their cabins that they rent for the summer. This is all. Down here, there's like 5 million rentals. They're all the beach houses down here are rentals. It's like 75-80% rentals. They're usually in flux. You get all the people here, and they clean it out after the winter of storage and open it up and blah, blah, blah.
Got an indoor pool, arcade games, in a movie theater room, and you're calling that a cabin?
Indoor pool, arcade games, and a movie theater. That's not a cabin. That's a castle. There's a difference. A cabin usually has 2 rooms, and one of them only holds a toilet.
And it's got a fireplace.
Yep, usually has a fireplace. Not always. I want a fireplace. I have enough freaking wood here now.
And down here, fireplaces are about as rare as snow blowers.
Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it's like heaters in Florida. They're always funny. They make me laugh because it's usually one little itty-bitty one in a closet somewhere. Just in case. And they never work when you need them because they've sat so long and never got used. That's why everyone down there, I think, going to heat pumps. Because when you need heat, it's the same damn thing as your air conditioner. You just flip the switch and it goes the other direction.
Yep.
Right, Sergio? He must have done a few heat pumps in his day.
Heat pumps with groundwater would work great down here because the groundwater is always going to be 65 or higher.
Yeah, but then it's hard to cool. A lot of people around here are doing the whole geothermal heat. It's become really popular around here. Where you basically drill a well and you put a couple pipes down in there.
Yeah, the groundwater's got to be like 50, 55 degrees up there.
Yeah, you get 8-10 feet down, you're maybe even higher. But it's stable. It's it only has like a 2 or 3 degree fluctuation all year round. So you can pull heat or cool from it, either one. I put a heat pump in for a hot water tank, and I'll tell you what, they ain't kidding when they say it saves energy. That thing's got to be pulling about a third the energy the old original hot water tank did. And that, I think, is the actual fans and compressors over the heater. Heat pump is a good thing. But the only bad thing is I haven't ducted it out. I'm not sure how I want to go about it because I don't know if you've ever seen how the heat pump hot water tanks work, but there's an exhaust fan and it's cold because it's pulling the heat out. But in the wintertime, it's blowing freaking cold air out of it. It's pulling the heat out of the room and blowing cold air into the room, so the heat's running more. You're supposed to duct it outside, but in the summertime, I want it because not only is it cold, but it's very, very dry. It pulls all the condensation out. So in the summertime, it's like air conditioning in the basement for me. The air conditioning / dehumidifier all built into one.
Hook it up to some PVC pipe and put a valve on it so you can switch it.
You put regular duct on it, 6-inch pipe. Most people just use like dryer vent crap. 4-inch pipe, 6-inch pipe, whatever it is. It's dryer vent. I just haven't wanted to because for one, even in the winter, it helps to dry out the basement, even though it's kind of cool. because it lowers the humidity. Not that we have a big humidity problem in the winter, but the basement's always kind of, it's a basement. And I want the air conditioning in the summer. I got to put one of them little valvey things in there so in the summer, I can open it up and let it pump into the room. And in the winter, I can close it and have it pump outside.
I guess Sergio ain't listening anymore.
Yeah, no, he may be listening going, I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. I don't want to get involved.
I just wanted to see if he was home today and do a little fusion later.
I should do some fusion right now.
Fusion away.
Fusionating. Yeah. Fusionating. Not happening.
Just not fusion.
I haven't done any in days. I just can't get my brain in the mood to do it.
Looks like a couple of streams coming up tomorrow. Canadian Maker Project is talking about doing multiple colors with one nozzle. And then
what the hell?
Warkaki's doing host with 3D fuel.
Why is it balled up there? That's weird. Oh, it's pulling up. Why isn't that sticking? Plenty low enough. I just cleaned it too. Maybe I'll try the nano crap after this one. I hope this one finishes. What layer am I at? 4 of 7. Crap.
When you taking off for the cabin, Ricky?
Yeah. No, let's see if I just. Snip that part off. And then use blue tape!
All packed and ready to go?
You guys all laugh, but blue tape is going to save the day once again. Now I can finish print. I'll just have one bad instead of canceling the whole thing. Hopefully. It might peel up the blue tape on me. In about 2.5 hours, everything but the Raspberry Pi and my grandson. You taking a Raspberry Pi with you? Blender 2.9 Alpha. So did they actually fix anything in it? I think the last update of Blender was pretty stable from what little I played with it. We don't play with Blender enough. Nowhere's near enough Blender time.
A Raspberry Pi enabled grandson. Remote control.
Lots of UI improvements. That's the only thing it really needs. And even that, I gotta say, I want to go back to start trying it again. Keep getting sidetracked. But ever since the 2.8 update, or what it was, it 2.8? Yeah, 2.8. When they did the whole latest complete overhaul, it's actually usable for someone like me now, where I can actually not have to remember keyboard combos right off the bat. That's what they don't get, is when you're learning a piece of software, making someone use shortcuts right off the bat discourages. You need to have the little icons and the buttons to get it going, figure out what you're doing, then you learn the shortcuts.
Yeah, that works best for me too.
Works best for 90% of the people, because shortcuts are only about 60 or 70%, universal across an operating system. Like everything uses the same cut, copy, paste. But other than that, I just forcing the whole shortcut, that and needing a multi-button mouse. I can't have a multi-button mouse because I'm left-handed. So those multi-button mouses don't work because they're all hooked and shaped for right-handed people, and that just makes me all contorted. And I don't like it. And I have a multi-button mouse, although I can't freaking program it. I gotta get a hold of Kensington today. That's it. Be like, what the hell, dudes? Your freaking driver is not working anymore. I wonder if they have an update.
Maybe the driver is on coffee break.
Well, it's not completely their fault. It's the latest update in Apple software. They just came out with an update, I don't know, a month ago or so. And it completely voids all 32-bit anything anymore. Macs are 100% 64-bit or it don't work.
That sucks.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's cleaner. It's kind of funny because my older computer actually runs better now because everything's 64-bit because it does 64-bit. And 64-bit is faster. Yeah, cheap Logitech mouse don't work for me because I'm left-handed. They're all ass backwards. Resources. Support. I want the old trackball works, but it won't work. Support. Kensington works.
Oh, here's some good news out of California this morning. There's a company out there that says they got a antibody that'll flush coronavirus out of your system within 4 days. It don't prevent you from getting it again, but if you do get it, they give you this stuff and it wipes it out of your body in 4 days. That's
2.1.15. I do think that's a newer version. Do I still have the old one? No, I deleted it. Wish they'd give you a date.
Good morning, Ann.
I don't have it installed anymore, correct? No, I do not. I think I need to completely rebuild my computer because the old one's still trying to take over. Network disconnected, failed. What? Try that again. Done.
Must be Friday. Garbage trucks are going by.
Okay, where'd it go? Oh, Kensington works right there. Okay, I can't install that now because it'll want me to restart.
Boy, have I found the support settings on Crucia Slicer. They work good and come out. You can almost blow on them and they come off.
Oh boy. It's supposed to be all windy and crap, and yet it's dead calm out.
Yeah, it's still south of you.
I can't even see the frickin' houses a street over anymore. Yay!
All the green stuff in the way.
Yep, I can still see the one house right here at the end of my yard, but oh well. I want that one gone. Wish I had enough money because I would buy that house in a heartbeat and tear it down. It's a piece of crap in the first place. Somebody just bought it like last week or 2 weeks ago. It's been up for sale for like a year.
Why don't you put some evergreens in?
Nah, they just cause problems of their own. Then they fall down and they break limbs, and you got to clean around them. I mean, there's enough evergreens here, but that you got to wait 20 years for them to get big enough to block the view, anyways. Or you got to spend $1 million and buy big ones in the first place. Too much work. Blah.
Wah.
Tanner. We have a Tanner in house.
Hey,
Tom, my mouse is the same shape on both sides.
Yeah, I don't use a mouse.
It's not ergonomic to either hand, so you can use it left or right-handed.
Trackball.
Okay, so use your trackball.
The software isn't working right now. Their driver for it isn't working right now. It just got updated and it's just not working. I go to program and it says program all done, and then you go to hit done and it says didn't work.
And as far as which mouse button you want to select with, you can set that up in the user interface, whether you want it to be left or right.
I see that
mouse button.
I can't do that left, right, middle finger thing. I have to use my thumb and my ring finger. Because
most of the stuff I do, I use one finger. That's all I have to have is one.
Yeah, I don't like mice. It's a personal thing. This thing's always worked great. Actually, the one I had before this was even better. I had one of the big Kensingtons with the 8-ball in the middle. God, I love that thing. I hate mice. You have to do that whole zip, pick it up, zip, pick it up, zip, pick it up. Hate that. Drives me nuts. I pick up a mouse now and I'm like, how are people using these when you got a trackball? You just go, and the mouse goes across the screen or multiple screens.
I can go all the way across my screen by moving my mouse about an inch.
I wouldn't say apple pie. I do like certain apple pies. I like the apple crumble pies. I don't like regular old pastry apple pie. I like it with the crumbly on top, with the brown sugar and the yumminess.
But I was just pointing out that your argument for mice are designed for right hands doesn't always hold true. An ergonomic mouse,
there are
yes.
a bunch of those around,
but it's the same shape.
I know.
This and the keyboard came together in a box for $30.
Yep.
Nothing special.
And it probably won't work on a Mac. No. Logitech usually does work on Macs, most of their stuff. There's a few items they have that doesn't, but most of their stuff does. Now I want apple pie.
No, Mr. B.
I don't get the cheese on apple pie. That's just like nasty to me. Why would you want cheese on top of it?
Cheese on apple pie?
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
This is the first time hearing
cream.
Ice cream.
Right.
That
big old scoop of vanilla ice cream on top.
Yeah.
Of a very hot piece of apple pie so that it melts on it. It starts melting on it immediately.
A creamy, mushy mess on your. I actually put it in a bowl when I'm doing that, so it's and you just scoop it up. See, I will eat apple pie. Just I like the crumbly kind of apple pie better than the pastry kind. If that makes sense.
Shake a little cinnamon sugar on it. Oh.
Yeah. What do they call it? Dutch apple pie, where it's got the crumble on top instead of the pastry on top, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, whipped cream's good. Yep. We'll do whipped cream.
Crazy today.
Mad scientisty, murdery person looking hair day there, Tanner.
No, I need a haircut. That's what it is.
No, you don't. Just let it grow. Be a true freaking. Come on, be a true hippie country music dude. You know, with the long hair and the cowboy hat.
You don't do the long hair thing anymore.
Yeah, me neither. I used to have hair like down my back when I was a kid.
Yeah, when I was younger, the hair in front was so long that if I pulled it down, I could touch my chin with it, and I just kept it all brushed back and was always wearing a cowboy hat back in those days.
You know, maybe I'll try that nano polymer again on here.
Styles have changed, thank God.
How long does it take you to drive to Gatlinburg?
It's about 3.5 hours.
Oh, that's a hike.
It's not that bad.
Mm-mm.
This is something you ran.
And I guess because of this whole pandemic thing that they're having trouble renting them out, so their prices are all like low right now. So
take advantage.
Have you seen the airlines and the cruise lines all advertising these pay now, get 10 times more later deals?
because
The
I won't be flying unless there's an absolute necessity to fly for a long time.
But the airlines are doing, book your flight now, or do a $50 or $100 deposit and get an extra $50 toward the flight, or the cruise lines are doing the same thing.
Have you seen that video of how like one person sneezes and it fills the whole cabin in an airplane because of the way their ventilation systems and stuff work? And one person sneezes and it showed these little red droplets just go.
I'm sure that's over exaggerating, but it's
really. I used to work on heating and air conditioning systems for airplanes, designing them. And they were talking about having UV stuff on there to kill. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Most of the air is recirculated because it saves on fuel.
Right. But then you're recirculating the virus. It's just like the one, what is it, in a restaurant now? They're showing they put like blue dye on the people's hands and the waiters' hands, and they, pretended to be a waiter, and they showed all the contact points and how it can,
Right, and then you turn off the lights and turn on the black lights, and like half the table's glowing, and everybody around their mouth is glowing,
and their eyes, and the first thing you do is rub your eye or scratch your nose, and there's just like glowing goo everywhere. Yep. It's like,
did you guys see that new mask that came out with the UV lights in it?
Oh God.
They're claiming
I don't know completely, but for UV to work, it's got to be like 15 minutes or 20 minutes for it to, kill the virus.
In this article.
So having a UV light on
it's not like it's going to kill it midair.
It's
not like it just dies, because otherwise you go outside and breathe in the sunshine and it would be dead.
Hey, good morning, Dan. Have a good drive. Watch out for them other drivers. Well, there's two kinds of UV light, UVA and UVC, and UVC is the one that hurts the virus bad. UVA helps you see things. It's the light. They're saying this stuff works good.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I think I was saying something about it the other day. They sell the UV like sterilizers for your water tanks and stuff, water filters.
Yeah.
And they openly say that the water in the filter, because you draw on the tap, water flows through, shut the tap off, it sits in the filter. The water in the filter gets killed by the germs in there get killed by the UV. The minute you turn the tap on and it starts flowing in new, the UV isn't going to kill it because it can't keep up with the flow of water. And it's still a good thing because you're not building. Their point is you're not building up virus in like the filters or the tanks or because the water virus is not necessarily coronavirus, but whatever viruses are growing in your well water and so on and so forth will multiply in the water.
I worked in a water bottling plant for a short time once, and they had the UV light on the thing. It was only about a foot and a half long. They were pumping a lot of water through there.
Yep. Because they're
really bright.
Green.
So
again, I don't know the whole science behind it, but that's from what I've read and studied and seen. It's like kind of pointless. If you're using city water, it's probably a good thing. They're like, well water, have it tested. If you're high in this, that, and the other virus that it'll kill, put the UV on. Otherwise, don't bother. And we didn't have any of the problems when we tested our water. So if I dare to get our water tested again, I get my water tested twice a year. where I'm using a well. Because they have my father started doing it years ago. He signed a contract with one of these companies. He used to do it for the church. The church had to do it, where it was a public building using a private well. So they had to have it done twice a year. And when my father went in and signed the contract for the church, he's like, how much would it cost to have us do it? For my own personal house. He goes, $30 a year, $15 a pop, twice a year. You get it tested, and they do a very general. It's not like very detailed. They just give you a pH balance, tell you if there's anything really nasty in the water. That's about it. If they find anything that they think is dangerous, they'll do a second test, which will cost you more money, and give you a more detailed information on a said dangerous whatever. But we've never had anything dangerous come up on it in almost 20 years we've been doing it. And our pH is almost perfect. Coming right out of the well. Which is fine by me. Thinking of that, I gotta get a new freaking pump in my well. Crap. That's been down there 20 years and it's only got a 10-year warranty on the pump. I put it in there 20 years ago.
Just a matter of time.
Yep. And it'll happen at the worst possible time.
Naturally.
And it's such a freaking pain in the ass. I'll tell you, I'm almost at the point where I'm going to not do a submergible again. Even though I lose pressure and it's harder working and costs a little more to run, I may get an above ground, in-house pump instead of submergible. Because the submergible is just such a pain in the ass to maintain.
Sometimes they're hard to get out if they get jammed in down there.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Because we have a pressure well. We hit an actual pressurized live spring when we tapped our well. So my pump can go. I still have like 2 or 3 pounds of pressure in the house. The water will still trickle in the house even with the pump off. It's not like a gusher or anything. Like if I open a well, I got a big pressure cap on my well. If I open the well, water will ooze out of it. And when I say ooze, I mean it'll ooze. It doesn't even flow out of it. It just kind of dribbles. But it does pressure up after a while. Like when I recap it, my lines will go up to 2 or 3 pounds of pressure in the lines in the house.
How's the knees today? Did you get a little rash yesterday?
No, I went out and played yesterday.
Most
of the day. That's why I got my braces on this morning, even though I'm not doing anything because my knees are throbbing. But it was fun. I got a lot done yesterday.
And tires are going good now?
I believe so. I don't know. They always were the next day they were flat kind of thing. I could pump them up and work all day and I wouldn't notice them going flat. But I haven't gone out there today to look to see if they're flat again. Even with that stuff, I'll probably have to pump them up one more time and run them to get that goo out everywhere. Because, it loses air as it's sealing until it does actually seal.
Oh.
But it works. My wheelbarrow's had it in there for a year now, and it hasn't lost a pound of air that I've noticed. What's up, Michael?
One thing that'll drive you nuts about Blender is sometimes stuff just doesn't behave the way it's supposed to.
That is any 3D application.
Right. Well,
Fusion,
making a mirror copy of this, it's messing with the texture maps. And
yeah, because
so the
go across.
I don't know if the ambient occlusion map or the roughness map, something is getting inverted, but just one of the maps. Because if I flip the normals, which is what I thought was going on, it's still not right. So having to work up another way to do this.
How old's your grandson, Ricky?
He is 5. He'll be 6 on June 30th.
I still have a hard time believing you got a grandson. You don't look old enough to have a kid, let alone a grandkid.
Well, my kids are 28, soon to be 23 and 15.
You still don't look old enough. You look like you're maybe 30. Oh, I know. I know you're older.
Wish.
Just like me, most people don't think I'm, in my mid-50s. They figure I'm in my mid to late 40s. It's like, nah, I got 10 years on that. I'm starting to really show the gray if I let my beard grow. And then there's people like, that look like they're 90 and they're only 35.
Yeah, some of the people I went to high school with, dude, I'm like, I went to high school with this person and they look like they're 20 years older than me.
Yep. Yeah. The worst is like the hottest chicks in high school that everybody drooled over. Now you look at them and they're like, thank God I didn't get attached to that.
Well, like the guy that was the star athlete of our high school when I went back for our 15-year reunion, and he was like 200 pounds overweight now.
Yeah.
Like,
kind of like me. I was one of the smallest people in school. I was 135 pounds when I graduated high school. Now I'm 205 pounds.
I was 168 when I graduated high school. I'm 215 now.
Holy shit. That's a little chunky. Although you're a lot taller than I am. How tall are you?
6 foot.
Yeah. So you got 3 or 4 inches on me. I should be about 175.
And 10 pounds of that I've put on during the quarantine, and I don't. But my pants and all still fit, so yeah, I have to believe it's more the workouts I've been doing every day.
This is a little tight these days, and this actually used to fit me when I got it.
Because muscle weighs more than fat?
Yeah, it does. It's like when I was talking about hiking. I used to go hiking, and when I was young, I was in 130, 140 pounds. And I would gain weight. All my friends would lose weight hiking for 2 weeks, and I'd gain weight because I'd build up more muscle mass.
Yeah, because for like literally the first time in my life, I'm actually seeing gains. It's getting larger noticeably, and I guess it's because I'm just sticking to it and doing it every day because I'm bored.
Well, I'm not going to go there. I was going to make fun of you, but I won't.
I'm bored, so I'm lifting weights.
No, I was going to say you were doing something else. No, it's only one arm's getting bigger there, Tanner.
No, both of them have. Both of them have. Well, and how I notice more than anything is that I've had to add weights to the stuff I'm doing. Like, I'm benching 20 pounds heavier than I was benching when I started doing this.
Yeah, I used to love using my Bowflex.
And it's, easier than it was when I first started. So,
cool thing when I had the Bowflex in here, the bed was over there sideways. I had the Bowflex right here where the big printer is, up against that closet. I could literally sit there and use it and like stare out the window and like play music and do that kind of crap.
So this is Blender 2.9. And the main reason I decided to download it and try it was I'd gotten this far in this tutorial, but every time I tried to edit something, it kept crashing. And so I couldn't get any farther with the tutorial. So last night I downloaded 2.9 and installed it and opened the file with 2.9. And as you can see now, I can tab into edit and I can select a face and I can move the face.
Whoa, freaking out the window, man.
and it's not crashing. Because I think I showed this on your stream when it was crashing on me.
Yeah.
Yes, we were watching that day.
And so, like, every time I would try to do anything, it would crash.
The sun's coming out.
So I couldn't get any farther with the tutorial.
And now the wind's building up. Why is it when we get sun, the wind builds up? Stop it. What? Hot sun and no wind.
That brick texture looks real nice.
Yeah, I need to go in and remap the edges here, though.
Is that like their stock brick temperature? Texture.
What's that?
Is that a regular stock brick texture?
Yeah, downloaded from texturehaven.com.
Yeah.
And it's got all the ambient occlusion maps and roughness maps and
EV is bugged. What does that mean?
Eevee's the rendering engine.
Oh.
I haven't had any problems with it. Eevee's one of the multiple rendering engines you can choose from. See, right now I'm in Eevee.
Yeah.
And it
I
lets
used
me
to
render.
be all
No
into
problem.
that crap. Now I can't remember none of it.
But they've got the workbench render, which there's nothing. It's just kind of great. And then you've got the cycles render, which you go to the full render view.
Take a little while.
Yeah, cycles is. Oh, do you think Eevee is why I was crashing in 2.8?
Maybe. That's what he's thinking. Maybe. I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I got to start playing with Blender again. I just don't have the patience to frickin' deal with it.
Have you ever thought of getting a space mouse, Ricky?
No. Too expensive.
Okay.
Too much money. Too much money for not enough benefit.
I never thought about it because my trackball, I used to be able to program to do just about anything a Space Mouse does. But now that the programming for my frickin' trackball doesn't work anymore, I might.
Well, what I'm using, you can pick them up for $25 to $35 used on eBay.
Yeah, the old ones.
It works.
Not on a Mac.
Now that I did that,
Driver.
see, now that I slid that window over to get it away from the edge, it jacks up the, you got to go and unwrap the texture. Because now all the bricks are squished up over here and stretched out over here. But that's easy enough to do. Just select it, Control L, we get all the linked faces. And Smart UV project, okay. And it's crooked, so we'll do it again. Tap back in, Smart UV project. Sometimes it'll fix itself. Sometimes you actually have to go. It looks like I'm gonna have to actually go into the UV editor, and that's okay. I can do that.
Probably one of the nicest roll of filament I've ever had.
Editing, rotate -90, boom. And now when I go back into layout, we should be good, and we are.
So on the right space mouse, you can program your hotkeys to the buttons on the space mouse.
Look how perfect that roll is. And that edge is only screwed up because that's what I just pulled off of it. It's like a nearly perfect roll of filament.
Pretty.
Oops.
The next purchase I'll make as far as the modeling thing goes is a graphics tablet.
No name brand of filament. TTTYT 3D filament. Whatever the hell that means. Look at Tanner go.
There we go.
At least somebody's modeling. It's
Now
only bright sunny out all of a sudden. It's supposed to be cloudy and rainy and yucky all day.
Let's go into.
Yeah, you're probably right about that, Haas.
Let's go into shading. that's scale.
Yeah, that's why the new one's got all the hotkeys built into it.
Yeah,
All the buttons in them. I don't know. I had one for like a week. It drove me more nuts than it helped.
the Space Pants song. I don't think I ever heard that.
Me neither.
Like the trickiest thing I've been trying to learn more about is this whole nodes section. Using the nodes. You bring in your difference map and your ambient occlusion map, and you plug them into a multiply, and then plug it into base color.
Why is it whenever somebody says nodes in a 3D app, all I can think of is like a cancer blob.
Makes me think of the nodules I had removed from my vocal cords a few years back. I guess it's been probably 10 years back now.
What's up, Brian?
Which that's a scary thing when you're a singer for a living.
Yes. Good morning there, 3D printing friend.
Got a question for you. Is a Brian vine a grapevine, or is it just one of those annoying kind of briar vines? Brian vine, briar vine. So I guess you're one of them annoying briar vines, huh? Crap.
Do you not want to unwrap?
Oh, if there's nothing going on, jump in, dude. There, I think I still got it. You can jump in for 5 minutes. We need dad jokes.
I don't know. I'll try dealing with that later. For some reason, it's not wanting to cooperate with me.
Oh boy, it's dragging, peeling up another layer. What the hell? It's just not right. Certain filaments just don't like sticking. Just peels off too easily.
So yeah, instead of going away for the weekend, I would like to be sitting here at my computer and continuing to follow along with that tutorial now that 2.9 seems to be more stable, trying to do the things that are being done in that tutorial.
I'm thinking making your wife happy is kind of more important right now.
Right. Yeah, my wife and my son are more about this traveling and vacation kind of stuff than I am. I would rather just stay home. I'd rather just stay home and save the money.
Yeah, money. That's all right.
But my wife always makes me promise that I'll be on my best behavior. It's like, don't ruin this. I'm like, okay, all right. I know you don't want to be here, but don't ruin it for the people who do. I'm like, okay.
I always tell them that if they want to have a good time, go themselves and leave me home. Then they'll have a better time because I won't be there annoying them.
Yeah, that doesn't work for.
Yeah, I know. They don't see the logic of that.
No, because I wouldn't have a good time without you.
No, you'd have a better time without me.
So you have a good time with me because you enjoy making me miserable? That's all I'm getting out of that.
They don't see the logic in that. What's even better is I'm kind of waiting for your wife to walk through that door and bitch slap you.
No, she's at work. We're picking her up on the way. She's at work, but she gets off at noon because she was already at like 50 hours before today started. So
it would be the perfect like Lucille Ball.
They're letting her take off at noon.
Video thing to have her just walk in and smack you upside the head. And I just drooled on myself.
The beginning.
at all.
What?
And then rotate it all -90.
Let's see, let that go. Yeah. Anyway. I was hoping the rest home would call by now saying, come get the hats. We want our ear savers. And I could pop those off and take those and be done with it. So I don't think I'm going to print anymore for like the whole weekend. I think I'm going to actually do stuff besides ear savers.
Printer parts.
Printer parts.
Oh, not the way.
Days I might actually finish this thing back here again. You know, because it was working so terribly perfect. I had to screw it up.
Why are you doing snapping back there?
Maybe I will do that today. I want to take that end table on my bed out and make a big long table. And I think I have enough plywood in the garage where I can do it, edge it, make it look all pretty. And that way I can have the end table and that printer and actually get that printer running right there.
Sounds like a plan.
I may just move this over there. That's not a bad idea. I hate this freaking cabinet right here. Makes it so I can't get into that corner of the room. I take that cabinet, put it there. Put a small table there that'll hold just the little printer. Take the big printer and put it over there, which it'll fit. Take the little printer, bring it over here. More room here, and I can actually walk by this corner of my desk without catching my hip or knocking something over like I do now because it's all tight and I hate clusterfuck. And this corner of my room that you guys can't see is clusterfuck. And I don't like it. So I might have to reorganize it. Just make that table. Use these drawers. Get rid of this table altogether, or put this table there. Even better, get rid of that table. That was just built spur of the moment.
All right. Well, I better jump off here and go get my shower and stuff before my grandson gets here.
Yeah,
it'll be harder to do when he gets here.
Go get a shower.
Have a good weekend. Good trip.
Yep. Later, guys.
Have fun. Go play with your wife and children.
Yep.
And stuff. And stuff. What are we talking about? Captain Sparkles? What the hell is a Captain Sparkles? That just sounds wrong. Captain Sparkles. Da-da-da.
Wasn't there a guy, Captain Clown or something, was in Connecticut TV show? Long time ago.
Don't remember that one.
Colonel Clown? I don't know. I forget.
No. There's a lot of clowns. There still are.
And a lot of them are driving on the roads.
Yeah. They were driving on the roads a long time ago. I love how, I don't know if you've been watching the news, but I guess it's nationwide, but more here in Connecticut. There's actually been more accidents, even though there's less people on the roads because everyone's driving like 90 miles an hour now.
Have a good day, Dan. See you later.
It was funny. The state cops are coming on and going, now that the thing's over, it's we're all going to open up. Although, again, the governor was saying today he may change it because we're fluctuating on so heavily on people with the viruses and the hospital input and blah blah blah. So he's talking about putting it off another 2 weeks or something.
I don't think that's going to fly too good.
Yeah, Connecticut's pretty reasonable, actually. There's more people here for safety than there are against it. There's very few of they're here. Let the people die for our economy people. It's freaking stupid, but they're few and far between in this area. But there are some. And that, in some ways, I kind of agree. We're at the point now where, I don't know, once we get past 50% of the population has been checked and had the virus, we're at the point that the other 50%, even if they get the virus, everyone's going to get the virus eventually. You know what I mean? The whole point of this is to slow the infection rate so the hospitals can deal with it. Everyone's going to get it eventually. Simple fact of life of viruses. Everybody gets it, whether you get sick by it, whether you die by it, whatever. Everybody ends up with it at some point. Pretty much. I mean, I know there's a few limited cases, but in general, the general public's going to get it. We're at the point now where I believe, if I read it right, we're beyond that 50% mark of people have been tested and either had it or blah, blah, blah. So we're at the point that even if we open up, we're at the point where nothing's really going to change because more people have already been tested, had it, and recovered from it or, reacted to it to the point where, does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, I'm all for, the whole stay at home and everything, but on the other end, there's a point where you have to, do stuff. The world still has to revolve. And I do agree with that. I just don't agree with it's all a big conspiracy theory for the Democrats. They made the virus. And I love those people. Oh, it's all a big scam. We should have never had to stay at home, and they're taking my rights away. And yeah. Sorry, no. Those popped off almost too easily.
Haas was asking you if they closed factories.
Pretty much everything around here is closed, but we're right on the fringe in New York. And we've been hit worse in the last month than we were. We're on, being on the outskirts of New York, it's just now really spreading into this area. Fairfield County got hit real hard. We here, directly in New London County are far enough away where we didn't really get whacked all that hard in the beginning, but we are now. They can still use that, right? Only got one dub on that side. Yeah, they can't. They can't. They can always throw it out them damn selves. This is a pretty weird colored filament. It's like a silvery black. I think they call it gold black, actually. Just kind of a yellowy, kind of tanny black. It's weird. You can't see it in the camera because of the lighting, but it's a silk. It's a metallic, silky, kind of weird, not black. Does that make sense? Not black. It's black, but it's not black.
Where are you located, Haas? Well, have a good day.
Yeah, I think I'm going to kill it. Been an hour and 23 minutes. We'll make it an hour and a half, another 7 minutes. We'll hit it off. That roll is like perfectly freaking wound. Cheap, no name brand filament. TTTYT3D. Whatever that is.
Never heard of it.
And I hadn't either, but it was a silk. I got it on Amazon, I don't know, back at Christmas time. And it's a weird silvery, like I said, it's a weird, I don't know, it's different. It's supposed to be black, but they even say right in their little advertisement, it's not really truly black. It's like a silver gold black or something they call it. I don't know. But it's a bizarre color. I like the color. But it was cheap. It was like $19 for a silk, which is cheap. And it's been really good, other than it doesn't like to stick to the bed. Once it's printing, though, it prints beautifully. Just getting it to stick. But it is a bizarre color, that's for sure. And it's getting all bright and sunny out. If you haven't noticed, I'm getting blacker and the window's getting brighter.
There we go.
It's white balancing because it's actually quite sunny out now.
Yeah, it's not going to last.
No, we're supposed to, well, like I said, we're supposed to get, it's actually starting to get windy out too. We're supposed to get major wind and thunderstorms and all kinds of crap tonight. And then Saturday and Sunday are supposed to be decent, and then total crap Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Like they're talking borderline tropical storm crap Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Who screwed up? Usually you get the crappy weather on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Doesn't really matter what day it is because they're all the same day right now. They're all just bleeding one into another. I don't care. Today's a good day to have off from being outside. And I think I will do some scrubbing because I haven't really done. The kitchen's getting freaking gross. I noticed that this morning. I was like, holy crap, I haven't washed the floor in the kitchen in like a month. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Needs a bath. I did this for floor the other day. You wouldn't know it looking at it. Only like 2 or 3 days ago, I washed this floor. Did the bathroom. Haven't done the kitchen. Haven't done Mom's basement because she's got so much crap down there in LA. But I'm going to do that today. I think I'm going to make her move all her crap. Just wash the floor and vacuum and clean and all that, you know.
That'll keep you out of trouble.
That's crap. I don't have to do laundry. Well, I do have to do laundry. I always have to do laundry, but not gonna do laundry. Put it that way. I really want to finish. I keep looking at that stupid freaking little printer. I go, I want to finish that thing and get it running again. And I'm like, that's like work. It's like I gotta do crap to make it work. Just don't feel like doing the crap. Really not.
Next week.
Figure out all the dimensions and make the freaking thing and blah.
Next week when the weather's crappy.
Yeah. Well, it was what I was actually going to do today because the weather's crappy, but it's actually kind of nice out. It's like 65 degrees out all of a sudden. Sun's out. I'm going to open the window. Oh, creak, groan, snap, pop. Is that joke about Rice Krispies? You shouldn't eat Rice Krispies when you're a kid because it infects your body. Every time you stand up when you get older, it's snap, crackle, pop.
You could do advertising for them.
I'm missing my mini channel locks. I don't know where they went. I have a mini set like this, came in the set of channel locks. You know what I'm talking about? And I cannot find them for the life of me. And it's really kind of pissing me off because I needed them yesterday. And they're not. I have all my tools there, and that one slot where they belong is missing a set, and I have no idea where I put them. I probably threw them in some corner while I was working on something. Stuffed them somewhere, set them down, and forgot about them. You know, the usual dumbassery. My usual dumbassery. But I really like those. Actually, they've been gone for like a week. And I looked to buy another set, and you can only buy them in a full set. I want just the damn mini channel locks. And I can't seem to find just the mini channel locks. You can get them, but you have to buy a whole set of pliers again.
You got any Harbor Freight stores near you?
Yeah, but I'm not big on Harbor Freight tools. Although something like that is probably fine. I really like the set I had. I don't even know what brand these are. I think they're actually Stanley. But I got the whole, set of pliers, and there's flathead and straight cutters and micro needle nose and regular needle nose and angled needle nose and micro needle nose and a mini freaking adjustable all in one set. They were like $12, and this is the only one I'm having problems with. The little spring, keeps breaking. Other than that, they all work fine. But it came with the channel locks too, and I can't find the damn channel locks. That's probably the tool I use the most of the whole set.
Is Stanley still in New Britain?
No. Stanley hasn't been in New Britain in, 20 years. They went to Florida, and I think now they're in like Taiwan or something. They got bought up. Stanley is no longer American made. Found my baby square. Looking for that the other day. Got my big square. You can always find that because it's freaking huge. All this garbage I can throw out. So my other baby square. I got like 10 of these things. I love these little baby squares. Every time I start a new job with a new company and a new bunch of employees, they're all like, "Why do you use that baby square?" And then they see me use it for like a week, and they're like, "Where did we get one of those baby squares?" They are the ultimate for for tracing on trim and crap. You just set your dimension and you drag it down the board. Boom, you're done. For marking and measuring. Because most of the time, you don't need the big ass square. The baby square. The big ass square that most guys carry around in construction and trim. You don't really need it most of the time. Sometimes you do. Most of the time you don't. Never more than 4 to 6 inches because that's what most trim is. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to kill it.
A nice chat.
Later, guys. Thanks for stopping in and viewing my stupidity and babbling of nothingness and stupidityness and watching Jimmy's fan go round and round and round.
Have a good day.
We actually had some entertainment with Tanner, some intelligence, I should say. Not just entertainment, but actual intelligence. Anyway, seizures.